TFRs that go in and out of effect on stadiums when there are sports events take place. The remote pilot in command must comply with the following provisions. We have listed all that, and you can see 14 CFR part 91.137 and goes up to part 91.145. Visit the resources pages to access these provisions. That will work. And obtaining airspace authorization, called FTC, we will discuss in length of the amendment 333, but at the moment 333 is an important factor also. If you can use it for if you are granted the exception. The next item, what 107 says, is how airspace is classified from A, B, C, and D, and E, and G. Of course, we showed it in the diagram over here, which you also can find module 3, module 8, and figure 3. I'm sorry, module 8 and figure 4 will show that. And visual line of sight, we dealt with that in detail. Operating over people. Yes, you can operate over people. If there are people in a vehicle, you can still your drone can fly over the vehicle, but may not be a convertible one, because then the people are exposed in there. Communications. The visual observer and the remote pilot in command must still maintain effective communications. Yes. No careless or reckless operation. Yeah, on this it says part 107 also prohibits careless or reckless operation of small UAS. Operating small UAS while driving a moving vehicle is considered to be careless. So a driver cannot be operating the remote itself and drive. So that's against the law. But you can use the drone while in a moving vehicle if somebody else is the pilot in command. But it is we have to make sure it is only for recreation or educational or society purposes, like environmental or any other usage other than profit making. You cannot use the drone while you are operating in a moving vehicle and make money. No monetary compensation. Of course, next item is while you are impaired with alcohol. Of course, what to talk so much about it, it's it's understandable that you should not operate. You should not be a remote pilot in command if you are under influence of liquor. And it says consumed any alcohol beverages within the last preceding 8 hours, that you are against the law. Then it's under the influence of alcohol, of course. Has a blood alcohol concentration of less than 0.0 is more than 0.04, it's not allowed. In using drugs and alcohol, persons even other drugs where persons' mental or physical capabilities are restricted, you should not be a remote pilot in charge. No hazardous operation. No person may operate a small UAS in a careless or reckless manner. We dealt with that. And no cargo also of hazardous material. That also Part 107 deals with that in length, and you cannot, under Part 107, you cannot transport any hazardous material. You are allowed to transport if the total weight is less than 55 pounds and you have your remote pilot command license, remote pilot's license. That will allow you to transport goods, but it should be 55 pounds less. The whole weight should be 51 pounds or less. Okay. Craft and rules of safety operating rules again. Yeah, Class G, you can operate your drone on Class G, and you need to get prior authorization from air traffic control if you are in Class B, Class C, or Class D airspace, and within the lateral boundaries of the surface area of Class E airspace designated from an airport. Okay, remote pilot in command should refer to current aeronautical charts and other navigational tools to determine position and the relative airspace. And we did mention about notice to airmen that should be followed. NOTAMs. Temporary flight restrictions, inclusive of small UAS operations also. FAA very clearly says that. Frequencies, we dealt with the frequencies, that's important. That's Part 107 deals with that too. Frequency interference, we dealt with that. Consult the manufacturer operating manuals to determine the frequencies for your specific small UAS. No operating over people except crew or in vehicles. And moving vehicles, we dealt with that. Yeah, and then we have when an emergency happens, you have to report within 10 days, and there is a chart that's also in figure 8. I'm sorry, module 8 figure 2 will have that chart where you what you do if an accident happens. It gives you guidelines. If somebody is hospitalized even for a day, you have to inform the FAA, and also if the damage is over $500 to repair or replace, then you still have to inform FAA. And there are a few other conditions we will look into before we conclude this module.